6 days online FDP on innovative medical healthcare using augmented reality and visual reality. Yesterday we had the resource person, Mr. Vijay Rajan sir, producer, Subversive Chennai, and today also we have the resource person as him only. And yesterday we enjoyed a lot through your practical session, sir. Today also we are expecting the same from you, and we are eagerly waiting to learn about models and visual computation in VR in medical healthcare, sir. I welcome you, sir, for this third session.
Thank you, madam.
Session is over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, madam. Thank you very much for the introduction.
Thank you, sir.
Good evening, everyone. So today we'll have our session on how metaverse can be used effectively and with respect to healthcare. I have segregated this session into two parts. One is on the generative AI, how Gen AI recently, which we have all been using, revolutionizing how we work. So that is one part of the presentation which I have. And second part, specifically to healthcare, how metaverse can be employed. And finally, I have some demos to share, just like how we had yesterday Google Model Viewer. We will explore further how we can add more features to the model viewer, and also other tools like ATAL and 3JS, how to use them to import 3D model or to create an immersive environment. So all these things we'll discuss today. And if you have any questions, so please post that in the chat. We'll have the session more interactive. Without further delay, let me get into the session. So first I'll share my presentation. Give me a minute. Yeah, is my presentation visible?
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, madam. First, we'll see how generative AI can be used for our work, especially for teaching or for programming and all these aspects, or to create a presentation, how it can be used effectively. We'll discuss this. Then we'll get into the metaverse thing. So as you all know, we all know about prompts nowadays. So there's Gen AI tools. There are many tools available in the market, right from the Chat GPT, Gemini, DALI for creating images, videos, and other AI tools for copywriting and for translating the text from one language to other, and adding audio to it, just like how a human voice would sound. Same way we can add the audio, not like a robotic voice which we had earlier. So all these things have come part of this generative AI a thing which is already used in most of the industries. And finally, Excel also we are using data visualization as a tool for presenting the data. So all these things we'll quickly see. So what is Gen AI? Gen AI is artificial intelligence capable of generating text, images, or other media, or even coding. What I do generally is whenever if I don't understand some part of the code, what developers we used to do is we used to search in the internet in Stack Overflow or any other website or forum to find the solution. So that was the older scenario. Nowadays, with the advent of generative AI tools, we are just giving the prompt and that particular coding part, and I'm asking the Gen AI tool whether is this right or asking it to give a solution. Within few seconds, it is giving me the correct solution as well. Yes, that's a question. Someone raised a hand. Okay. So this way, generative AI tools are mostly, and also to generate an image, to generate an video, all these things we use. And what are prompts? So prompts, different types of prompts are there. Basic prompts and mega prompts. Basic prompts is just giving a word or few words or within a sentence. That's a basic prompts. Mega prompts are we are defining it. So what role it has to play. For example, I work as a project manager or as a producer. So I'll tell the GenAI tool act as a project manager, and this is what my client is looking for, and this is the expectation, and you give me a solution to it. So I'm just defining the role and who the audience is, what the goal is, and I'm also giving some example. This is how I'm expecting it. This way, we are giving more information to the tool, which will give refined result or the results we are looking for. So that's what is mega prompts, difference between the basic prompts and the mega prompt. Basic prompt will give a generic output, but a mega prompt, if you give all these in-depth details, it will give more refined results for us. So this is just one example of a mega prompt. So I'm telling the tool, I want you to act as an advisor. So it is going to act as an advertiser, and it is going to next. What is the thing it is going to do? It's going to create a campaign to promote a product or a service. You'll choose a target audience. Target audience, I mean, it's allowing it to choose key messages, slogans, media channels, all these promotions it is going to do, and decide on additional activities. So I need help creating an advertisement campaign for a new type of fitness products targeting adults aged 21 to 35. So this, if I give this prompt, it will give me the campaign details, detail of how I can run the campaign, what are the things I to do, need to do, what are the things I need to do to achieve the results. So this way we can use the GenAI tool to uh, reduce our workload to get more productivity in less time. So that is mega prompting. So there is another type of prompting is called as nested nested prompting. Nested prompting is embedding a prompting within another prompt. So we are breaking down a complex question into different questions or simpler parts to get a detailed explanation about a particular thing. So for example, so explain the benefits and drawbacks of social media is could be one prompt, and after that I can add another prompt as benefits of using social media is one is, and then next discuss the drawbacks and steps to mitigate social media addiction. This way you are nesting the prompt to get a better results. And how human and AI can collaborate. So these are some of the areas. Of course, there are a lot of other areas. Some of the areas for content creation. So as faculties, we all would be uh, involved in generating more content or providing quality content for a publication or for the teaching. All these things we can very much use the GenAI tool, but with caution, of course. So we can employ the GenAI tool, then we have to use our own expertise to refine that output. So that's where content creation comes in. So AI can generate content, and what as humans we can do is we can refine the content, add more contents to make sure it meets the standards or meet the guidelines. And second, for customer support, they are very well using. Even before Gen AI came, we have been many companies are using for customer support. They are using AI tools like chatbot. They have been using. So it handles most of the common queries, and one of the some of the queries which is not able to handle by the chatbot, then only it goes to the physical person where we can call the toll free number or we can email them to get the response. So for customer support, it's being used more, and for project management in any of the industry to track the progress or to complete the project on time. So all these things it can be used. And finally, most importantly in IT industry, for coding, for designing, for development, for testing, and all these areas which is essential for creating a product or an application, right from user experience to design an object or an environment to development and also to testing till the project goes live. All these things Gen AI can be very much involved. So it can provide a code snippets, it can refactor the code. So I would have written a code which has given the intended output, but that coding format might be wrong, which due to that it takes more time for the page to load or more time for the application to load. So I can refactor the code using very well using this Gen AI tool. So all these things, generative AI tools are very much useful. Even for especially for metaverse, what we are relying more on these tools. Reason being, it is more creative. For example, most of the clients comes up with asking for creative ideas for their augmented reality and virtual reality campaigns. So for all these creative ideas, we depend upon these tools. We give the prompts, it gives us the output, and with that output we are able to refine that to suit the customers or the client's needs. So in all these things we can depend on AI tools, and also using our expertise. For example, what I do is, since I have some coding knowledge, with my basic coding knowledge, I'm able to develop an application or a website for a, virtual reality or augmented reality application or any other application, that if there is any doubt or any suggestions needed, I use the Gen AI tool to complete the task. That way it is very much helpful for me. Earlier, I used to depend upon other developers or online forums to complete it if I am not aware of this particular use case or the particular thing. Now, I am very much using tools like ChatGPT and Gemini to complete those development tasks as well. And how AI can help teachers? Of course, you all know this. I'll quickly go through this. It can create assessment. It can create design lessons and activities for the students, craft better communication while writing email or some online communication, perfecting the script. So right when you are doing going for publication, submitting to the paper to the journal, perfect, we can perfect the script using AI tools. And these are some of the prompts for team management. So I'll just go through one or two. For example, to define the project scope is one task. AI prompt can be: create a project scope statement for a project involving this particular project objective, and additional input I'll give what the project is about, and it will give me suggestions. Same way, stakeholder communication is one. So draft a email to client summarizing the current status of the projects. So what sometimes I do is, whenever I send an email to the client, I make sure everything is perfect, like the technical details, what's the current status of the project, what are the next steps, and what are the things they can expect in the next weeks to come. So everything I just draft it, and then I ask the Gen AI tool if everything is right or not. Once I evaluate all these things, then I communicate to the stakeholders, because when I'm communicating to the client, it has to be precise and everything has to be correct. So even the grammatical error or the technical things, whatever I'm sending it to the client, everything has to be correct. So that's I depend upon some of the Gen AI tools as well sometimes. So this way you can use these tools to increase our productivity. And especially as I said, for coding, for example, if I doesn't know some of the things which can't be which I don't know to do in coding in or in programming language, I give a prompt. For example, here I just write a prompt: create a C# script to expand and collapse a 3D model on click of a button. What I'm doing is, when I click this button, I want this 3D model to expand and collapse. These are the 3D basic 3D models. When I click the button, I want that model to expand and then to collapse and come back to the same state where it was. So to do that, I just wrote a prompt and it gave me the complete code of this. And this code I can just copy and use it in my script in my project editor and then run it, and it will work. So once we have some basic coding language, coding knowledge, we can easily use these tools to work on all these development tools. So this is the output. So this was the it was there earlier. After I click the button, this is how it has become. So this output is possible because of the coding which I got from the Chat GPT or in the Gen AI tool. And what if I know prompts and there are tools. What if I want to generate the prompt itself? So if my prompt is correct or not. For that also we have some tools called prompt generator. So where you will give some basic details about what you want to achieve. Then if you click submit, it will give you a prompt. So that prompt you can give it in the tools like ChatGPT or Gemini to get the output. So this you can use it to generate the prompt itself. There are many prompt generator. You can use any one of them if you want to generate the prompt before you get into the generative AI tools. And these are some of the plugins available: Prompt Perfect, Speak, Walk Script, Show Me diagrams for creating images, speech key, ready to use audio transcripts, link reader, code interrupter. Code interrupter is like mm, for developers it will be more useful. So these are some of the plugins which we can use. Not only we always depend upon the basic tools like ChatGPT or Gemini. These are the additional plugins we can use it to improve our to increase our productivity. So what is the way forward with this Gen AI tools and all these metaverse application is we'll be able to automate more tasks. So writing coding, generating marketing materials, content creation, all these things can be easily automated. And you can explore more design ideas. Since with the prompt we are able to get more creative ideas, we can explore those design ideas effectively with these tools, and to create more realistic and immersive environments in the context of metaverse. To create more immersive experience, we can use these tools for gaming or for virtual reality and augmented reality, or for creating realistic three-dimensional avatars. All these things, these tools can be used in the near future. Of course we can't completely depend upon these tools. So these tools are, though these it gives results by the prompts we give, whatever the results is there is based on the models, the machine learning models they have trained. With that models only it is giving us the output. So we should ensure fairness and reduce bias if there is any bias associated with the output we are getting. So there could be gender bias, racial bias, or socioeconomic bias, or geographical bias. So we should make sure whatever the output these tools are giving, it is not having any of these biases. So that as a human we should make sure that is not there, so that we are not completely depending upon the tools. So though it is giving us the most of the answers we are asking, it is not 100% right. So we should make sure everything is right. We can't just simply use what is given the tool to our research or to our a project or anything else. We should make our own judgment to make sure it is everything is fair, and that it is not having any bias. And these are some of the tools: copy.ai, crayon, access. For example, if you want to create a website, uh, any website that could be for any industry, if I give a text prompt, it will give me a user interface, so which is reducing the time for me to design, or this for defining the information architecture. Then once this is finalized, I can easily get into development and so on. These are some of the tools which we can employ. Copy.ai mostly for copywriting, for translating and transliterating. Many companies are using this copy.ai tool. And another popular AI tool is DALI for creating images from the text prompt. It is like just we give prompts, it will create images. Of course, there are many tools like DALI. Even Magic Media is there from Canva, where we can just by giving the text, it creates some better images than we get on the internet. And these are benefits of the DALI: efficient, we can customize, accessibility is there, it's more creative, many options are there. You can give what type of image you want, whether you want a futuristic or a science fiction kind of image, or a normal image. All these options we can give in the prompt, which produces the images we want. And challenges, of course, any model will have its challenges. It will not be 100% accurate. Only we should make our own judgment whether it can be presented to the world, or we can find refine it further. So these things we should make our own judgment. So in data visualizations, of course you all know, so instead of using sample datas like this, we can present it in a better format which is on the right side. So this visualization technique also we can use in Excel. If you have a raw data, we can import that to Excel, and some design elements you can use to visualize the Excel. Yeah, any questions? Someone raised the hand. I'll uh, I'll quickly run in explain how these some of the tools work. Just give me a minute. I'll present the other part before I get into the next presentation. Okay. Okay. This is the one. Yeah. Yeah. Hope this screen is visible. So this is one of the tools to create images, videos, and graphics from the text prompt. Let me quickly explain. So can anyone give a prompt which we can try? Any prompt can you suggest? Any generic thing which you want to suggest, please suggest that I will type and we'll create that. Anyone? Generate human to 3D model. Let me try if that is possible. Yeah. Uh, at human to 3D model. And see here, these are the options. See how many options. Flash, neon, minimalistic. Let me choose neon as the option. And generate human to 3D model. Yeah. Styles, I'll choose neon. Let's see if it is generating the output. Yeah, it has given some output, but it's not. I expected sophisticated or a few more options, but this is nevertheless some basic output it has given. Yeah, any other prompt, any other prompt which is uh, in 2 or 3 lines, something. So this is one of the image which I gave. The prompt I gave for this is Indians walking on the busy street in Mumbai. So that was the prompt I gave, and these are the option images I gave. Some, and the option also I chosen as neon so that it gives that neon look in the background. Any other prompt with respect to healthcare? Anyone? Yeah, video of human motion tracking. Okay, let me try that, madam. Yeah, I think video it won't come, but let me try. For this, let me choose some other format. I'll try anim. So let's see what it gives. Since it is motion tracking, it has taken as the people who are doing some aerobic activities. So that's how we can also the same prompt. We can, instead of anim, we will try with something else. Vibrant will give as the output target image. Yeah, this is better, but everything is focused on aerobic and physical activity, and I can easily drag and drop this image here, and that can be easily applied to the presentation or the project we work. So this way, you can easily create prompts using text. So this Magic Media is one of the tool, the Canva inbuilt tool, and of course we have this a DAL-E, which I am sharing it now. So this tool has more options than the Magic Media tool. Magic Media, which I had access, that's why I was able to give some prompts. This I don't have a subscription version. and probably you can also explore by in the trial version. So they can give these prompts, anything specific to your project or whatever the work we are doing, and the particular output can be shown in the right side. So this way you can use prompts to create text, images and videos, and also for teaching, content creation, for coding, all these most of the areas these gen AI tools are useful. So now let me get into the other part of the presentation. Just give me a minute. Okay, just give me a minute. I'm sharing the presentation. So, and in the meantime, let me know if you have any questions. Yeah, AI and IoT as health companion in near future. Is that a prompt? Okay, I'll give that prompt. Okay, let me try that. So I have given that. I use this tool a lot for getting some creative output. Yeah, this is the output it has given. Yeah, not bad. So I'll just drag and drop to see the output. Yeah, this is not bad. And what else? What are the other images it show? Yeah. Yeah, for this particular prompt, the results are quite impressive. Yeah, these are good enough. Yeah, these results, the images, whatever this AI tool is producing. Good. So let me get into the presentation of the next thing. Mhm. Okay. Yeah, hope my screen is visible to all. Yeah, coming back to the healthcare scenario. So now we knew how Gen AI tools can be used uh, to create image, content, videos, coding, and what are the tools, some of the tools we can use. Now we'll get into how we can use that for this particular metaverse in healthcare. So, what is the power of visualization in medicine? So, when you, in particular to medicine or healthcare, visualization plays a major role. So, transforming data into something meaningful. For example, medical imaging to show some hidden issues, 3D modeling, and virtual reality. If we can display the thing on the 3D, it will be more useful for doctors and people who are involved in healthcare sector. And patient education also benefits from clear visual explanations. So visualization ultimately helps to diagnose the disease and to cure the disease, and also on the for the patient outcomes, like to if they are having some disorder or to overcome after they undergo surgery, that also can be done using visualization. So in some of the projects, what they do is people who are undergone surgery, uh, rehabilitation, they are using virtual reality. So once the people wear the head mounted device, they will be shown a virtual teacher or a virtual doctor who will guide them on the steps to walk, or to do some exercise, do some other activities to help them rehabilitate, to help them to come to a normal state. Rather than doing the rehabilitation in a physical environment or in a real world, these type of rehabilitation helps the patients who are undergone those surgery to rehabilitate earlier, rehabilitate soon. So, in what are the areas it can be used? As you all know, for medical training and education, for doctors, for nurses, for all this medical and paramedical thing, virtual reality has been already used, so especially for performing CPR or doing some virtual surgery. In all these areas, medical training is used more than virtual reality. uh, so virtual reality can give only visualization, as we all know. Once we wear the head mounted device, so as just shown in this picture, you'll be able to visualize the environment. What if I want to feel the environment? So I'm able to visualize, but with that visualization alone is not enough. I need to feel it. Feel it in the sense, for example, if I'm holding something on my hand, I should be able to feel that. So that's where haptic devices, haptic gloves or haptic devices comes in. By wearing haptic gloves along with this virtual reality head mounted device, you'll be able not only to visualize but also to feel the environment. For example, if you are grabbing an object, you'll be able to feel the object is being grabbed or the particular weight of the object. That way your muscle memory is also being getting trained. Not only visualizing, you are also feeling the environment. So that tactile feedback is also given using this haptic gloves or haptic devices. These haptic gloves are mostly are used in healthcare scenario, wherein for example, if surgeons they are undergoing virtual surgery, they'll be using haptic gloves as well, so that they are able to feel the environment. And of course, for patient care, for therapy, telehealth, rehabilitation, surgical planning, simulation, and medical research and collaboration, these are some of the areas where metaverse can be used. So visual computation for 3D modeling and rendering, for visualizing large amount of data from the CT or MRI scans. So haptic feedback, which I explained just now, for simulating touch and texture. So this tactile feedback using haptic devices, and for real-time interaction and manipulation. So we can show a holographic video of a doctor or a surgeon or anyone, so that it feels like more like a real one. So all these things can be done. And in diagnosis, for 3D reconstruction and visualization of organs, for learning or for to diagnose. So virtual autopsy, to perform virtual autopsy, and disease modeling and simulation. Surgical planning and training, so pre-operative planning. So this most of the many surgeons are using nowadays. They are using VR to uh, plan a surgery or to learn how to do a surgery, and simulation and minimally invasive surgery training. So they are using practicing this virtually before they do it on a real time, before they do it real time. And for patient education and therapy, to explain complex medical conditions treatment. And for pain management, immersive distractions can be done, so that they can manage, the patients can manage pain. They are distracted to the immersiveness, then so that they are not feeling the pain. And of course, for rehabilitation, for patient recovery, and so on. And what are the challenges in future? Of course, cost and accessibility. Where can be expensive. It was expensive 4 or 5 years back. Nowadays, it has become more cost effective as well. But still, it needs to be cost effective, so that it is more people are able to use it, and cost and accessibility as well. So though I have a though I am capable to buy a virtual reality headset, it should be accessible to everyone. Accessible in the sense, even a people who are not tech savvy or who is not exposed to technology like a virtual reality thing should be able to use it. So that accessibility should also be there. And technical limitations. So still has limitations in terms of resolution, latency, or haptic feedback. Resolution, since everything is three dimensional, that three dimensional environment has to be perfect, so that we are able to view it clearly. And latency is it has to be your internet speed has to be there, so that if they are connected through a cloud server, when you are accessing that particular virtual reality or immersive environment from there, it has to run seamlessly, so that latency issue should be avoided. And of course, haptic feedback. So once you use haptic device only, you'll be able to feel that environment as well. And data security and privacy, this is true for not only for healthcare, for every sector. So handling data of the users is of utmost important. And the future direction is, so more advancement, AI integration and development of more medical solution, integrating AI and metaverse with them will be the future directions in healthcare. So what are the benefits for the faculties? Upskilling in medical technology. So to create and manage virtual learning environments. So there are many tools, just like we discussed these AI tools. Knowing these AI tools, how to create content coding or presentation, create images, videos for the research or the training we are giving, and developing immersive learning experiences using the other tools like development tools, designing tools like Blender, development tools like simple tool like Model Viewer, to complex ones or advanced ones like 3JS and other open source or JavaScript platforms will be beneficial for the faculties. And what are the benefits for students? So they are able to learn virtually rather than learning it in a conventional way. They are learning it virtually in an immersive way, which makes them for them to easier to understand. And exposure to rare scenarios or rare cases, they'll be able to visualize them immersively rather than going there or seeing it physically. They can be exposed to them virtually. So let me share some videos before I get into uh, to the practical session. So just give me a minute. I'll stop presenting this and I'll start sharing the videos. Just give me a minute. The video is getting loaded. Okay, let me share this. Yeah, this is an example of how virtual surgery has been done using virtual reality devices. Yeah, that is one of the example of how virtual reality is being used for performing surgeries virtually. So let me look for some more videos. Yeah, just give me a moment. It is getting loaded. Okay. Yeah, that is an example of how hand tracking works. So this how even though the hand tracking is working, it the user is only able to visualize. He's not able to feel the environment. In order to feel, once he wears the haptic gloves, we can have that tactile feedback as well. Yeah, let me look for some more videos. Just give me a moment. So this is an example of comparing augmented reality and the real video and making that into a single video for virtual teaching. So let me just play that video. This is one way of interactive teaching or a virtual teaching. So if you want to explain something to the students using this augmented reality thing, we can create a 3D model and open that application and capture the video of yourself, and that can be telecasted or sent to the students so that they'll be able to understand everything while you are teaching. They are also able to see the 3D version of the what you are teaching side by side. So let me look for some more videos. Just give me a moment. I'll open those videos and share. Yeah, there was another example of how augmented reality can be used in healthcare for teaching. So now let's get back to some practical session. So yesterday we touched upon how to explore or view a 3D model in augmented reality using Google Model Viewer. We'll continue with that, and then I'll also share some more options or some more tools to develop these virtual and augmented reality applications. Okay. Yeah. So this is the tool which we saw. So Google Model Viewer Editor, where we can easily drag and drop the 3D model. So I already have some 3D model. Let me check if I have it on the, yeah. So this is the 3D model of a brain or kind of brain which I have downloaded from the internet. So that I have just imported to it. So this you can easily view it in mobile by clicking deploy to mobile. So if you click this deploy mobile, with this QR code, we'll be able to access it. Now we can add few more features to it, just like we can add some hotspots. For example, here I'll add some hotspot. I'll name this cerebrum, and one more hotspot, cerebellum. Cerebellum, or whatever the brain, medulla oblongata, or anything we can add. So I just added these two hotspots. Now what these two hotspots will do is, whenever we scan this 3D model and see it on our mobile, whenever we move, these hotspots are also will be visible. So this will give some more information. So we are not only displaying the 3D model, we are also giving more information about the particular 3D model. So this way it makes us more interactive. And now if I go to deploy mobile, I'll deploy mobile. If I check now, this 3D model will come with the hotspots itself. So now what I want you all to do is go to this Sketchfab website, or I'll just give the URLs: sketchfab.com or uh, poly.pizza. And poly.pizza. So these two, any of this website, you can go and download a freely available 3D model, and open this Google Model Viewer editor, drag and drop that model to this editor, and add some hotspots just like the way I did. And once you click deploy mobile, you'll be able to see those options. Yeah, there was a question. QR code is there. Is there any way to copy the link and share this 3D effects while teaching? Yes, without QR code, once you scan the QR code in the browser, that link, particular link will be there. That link you can share it with your students or anyone else who want to see that in detail. And another question is, in Unity, is it possible to give hotspots? Of course, Unity, there are more options we can do. Not only hotspots, we can animate it. We can add more features. Has to be, you have to download that application to do it. So Unity, we can add multitude of features. We can add all those advanced features, create more immersive, real life looking environment. Everything is possible. Only drawback is you have to download the app and do it. So that's why we are moving towards web-based augmented reality, web-based virtual reality solution. Yeah, can anyone try this option and show me the output? So I'll also go to the website and tell how to download it. Let me go to Sketchfab. So I went to sketchfab.com. So first thing, you have to log in. So I have logged in with my Gmail itself. So you can also try login with that. So once after you log in, you'll be able to download the 3D models. After you log in, just go here and search any search the brain, since we are dealing with a healthcare sector. And here licenses, you click free standard. So this has to be clicked. So free standard only will be able to download the free versions of that particular 3D model. So these are the 3D models. So first one doesn't look like a brain, so I don't want that. So the third one, somewhat resemblance is there. So if you want to download this, just click and scroll down. So once the 3D model is loaded, you can see that uh, how the model is being looks. So once you are satisfied and scroll down, here you have download 3D model. Once you click that download, Here available download formats are there. So yesterday I said, just like how we have extension for images, JPEG, GIF, PNG, same way for 3D models we have FBX, USDC, GLTB, GLB, and so on. Choose the one which is GLB, and file size also very less. So here 2 MB. So see here the same model 27 MB is there because the texture size is more. Just for the learning purpose, I need a basic model is good enough. So I can download this one. So if you click download, it will download to your local machine. That you can import to the Google Model Viewer editor, and click deploy mobile. It will display a QR code. Once you scan the QR code, you can see that 3D model easily in augmented reality. Can anyone try this and show me the result? So we'll have 5 minutes for this. Another question in Unity, can we use label for giving hotspots? Sir, yes, we can give, madam. So Unity is another separate topic, but Unity we use it for creating complex virtual reality and augmented reality applications. That's why we use Unity. But for learning purpose and for creating simple augmented reality and virtual reality features we use web-based solutions like Google Model Viewer, and there's another one popular subscription-based thing, Eighth Wall. Or if you want to go to more open source, we can explore 3JS, React 3 Fiber, and all these things. We can create web-based augmented and virtual reality. Unity, Unreal are app-based. So you always need a app to be downloaded. If it is an augmented reality application, you need to download your application in your mobile to view it. If it is a virtual reality application, you need to download that application in your head-mounted device to view it. That's why most of the people are not downloading the application. So that's why we are moving towards web-based augmented reality and virtual reality solution. Yeah, anyone? Has anyone tried it? So before I get into the next part of the practical session, so we'll have a few more minutes. I hope I'll get to see some output. So we'll have some 3 more minutes for this. Yeah, thank you. And if you have any more questions, let me know. Has anyone tried it?
Sir, I am trying, sir.
Okay, madam. Yeah, thank you. Okay, we'll have 1 or 2 more minutes and then I'll get into the next part. Yeah, but yeah, thanks, madam. Are you able to see the output?
Yes, sir.
With- Okay, fine, madam.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah, thanks. So this way you can easily create augmented reality solutions for web, and that is just one way. So there are many other ways. So the next one is this 8wall.com. So if you, I'll just ping that URL in the chat. Yeah, this website 8wall.com is used for creating web-based augmented reality experiences. So all this world effects or facial effects and all these cool augmented reality features, whatever is uh, possible on the web, that can be done using 8wall. So, but the problem is this is subscription based, but you can use this trial version to explore how this 8wall thing works. For example, I have already logged into my I already logged into this. So now if I go to this project library, so here they have a lot of cool sample effects or sample experiences which we all can try it and also clone that particular project to customize that for our use cases or for our own project. For example, this hello world effects. Let me check this world effects, for example. So I click this world effect example. So what it does is whenever you scan the environment, for example, in the Google model viewer, once you view the QR code and scan the environment, that model pops up on your screen. Same way how model world effect in this works is you scan the environment and once you tap the screen, whatever the 3D model has given, it will come up in your real world by scanning the real world. So I'll just, if you click launch project, and once you scan this QR code, you'll be able to view that experience. So you can easily just scan this QR code, just like how we tried this model viewer. This QR code you can scan, or if you want link, if you click open tab, that link will be given. That link you can share it with anyone else who want to see. So this is for simple world effect. So for example, this uh, 3D model of a cactus they have given. Instead of this cactus, we can add our own 3D models. So for example, if I clone this project, I can get all the details about this particular effect and add my use case to it. So instead of cactus, I can add any other 3D version to it. So here I can give the project URL. I'll also try this. So world tap effect. So now I'm cloning it. And once I clone and create it, I'll be able to edit that in the 8th wall cloud editor. So this is one of the most prominent tools we use currently for all these web-based augmented reality projects. This is the 8th wall tool is the one which we are using. And this is also JavaScript based only. So once you know this basic JavaScript of how 3JS, how React 3 Fiber works, and it will be easier for anyone to work on this 8th wall platform. So let's give it some time to clone. Yeah. Now I have cloned that project. After cloning, I'm able to edit that in the editor which is shown. So now instead of this cactus, if you want to go for some more on the left side, just like any editor, any development editor you worked, left side will be the assets and right side how to edit that assets, and the center screen will be the output of what we are working on. For example, if I go on the left side, you can see this cactus.glb, piano.glb. So these are the 3D models. So now cactus is there. Now instead of cactus, I'll drag and drop this. Just a minute. Yeah, piano. So I can delete this cactus, and if I move this just by clicking this, I can move wherever I want. Or if I want to reduce the size, also I can easily reduce by using the scale tool. See, and I can use it proportionately as well. This way I can reduce the size. Now if I want to check this output, of course instead of this piano, you can import your own 3D model as well. Just like if you give this plus symbol and click upload, let us try this brain model. I'll try if that is getting added. Yeah, I'm uploading this 3D model of a brain which I downloaded. See here in the assets, that 3D model has been loaded. So if you want to bring that, I'll just bring that to the screen, and that particular 3D model will get loaded. See, this 3D model is visible, but since the size is very small, it is not prominently visible. Let's make it big. Yeah, 4 or 5 I'll keep. Yeah. Now you can see, now let me delete this piano, and I'll move this to the center. I can rotate and see. So that 3D model has been visible. Now if I want to check this output, click connect to device. So it will once I click connect device, it will have a simulator. So in this simulation, I can see how my output is working. And then if I build it, I'll be able to see that how we saw in the Google Model Viewer as well. So by clicking this, we'll be able to tap. So why the 3D model of a brain is not yet loaded is I didn't click build. So once we have to build it and then connect to device, this 3D model of a brain will be easily visible. So this way we can use this 8-wall tool also to uh, experience web-based augmented reality. Now let's try. Sometimes it will, since because of bandwidth, it will also take some time to load. So if it is a bandwidth issue, it will resort back to the basic 3D model itself rather than the models which we have added. Yeah. Now, see, now the 3D model of a brain is being placed on the floor. Now, if you publish this, we'll be able to check that on our mobile. See this URL, uh, world tap effects which I gave, and this will be the URL which we can access in our mobile to experience that. This is just a simple world effect only. So there are many other effects. So I'll quickly share some more thing. And if you go to click go to my project, so whatever the projects I've cloned, so that will be visible. So I'll go to project library, which has the list of all the projects. See how to add this simple web-based games and how to add face effects. So I'll just show some example of this. So once you launch this, can anyone try this? Can anyone try this one and tell if it is working? Uh, Scan the QR code. the one which I'm sharing. You can type in the chat as well if it is working. Anyone? Okay, yeah, thank you, madam. It's okay. So this project also you can easily clone, and the way I just did the world effect, you can add your own phase effects as well. Not only phase effects, still there are many more possibilities. Controllers is this vehicle controller you can add, first person controller, and image effects. This is hand tracking, sky effects. All these things we can easily create using this 8 wall platform. So I suggest this tool you can explore to create not only web-based augmented reality thing, web-based augmented reality games also. So we can easily create these games also using this 8 wall platform. So let me quickly get into the next part of 3JS, how to create immersive experience using 3JS. So for 3JS, let me just give me a moment. Let me open that URL. Yeah, okay, it's working. Okay, thank you, madam. Now 3JS. So 3js.org is the website for creating web-based immersive experiences using this open source JavaScript framework. And let me share some examples what I have done, and you can explore how to create this using this documentation and the examples they have given. Now let me share the ones which I have done. Uh, just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. I'm just opening the local server. Yeah, hope my screen is visible. So this is one of the 3JS page I have created, wherein I imported a 3D model, and this is an animated 3D model, wherein this example 3D model has different animations like walk, run, crawl, jump, idle state, and so on, and different animations we can give. I'll also open the instead of coding part. I'll also just share the script. And instead of this model, if we want to have some other model, for example, the brain model itself we'll take. So instead of that, I'll just change that code and show the output. Just give me a moment. Let me uh, edit the code quickly. So instead of that the particular 3D model, we'll have this the part of the brain 3D model which we had. See, now I got the 3D model of a that model which I have downloaded to my page, and I can easily rotate this and see as well. So this is an web-based immersive experience, and we can add hotspots as well to this 3D model and add it. And for example, if I'll just share the code, then it will be easier to understand what is how it is being added. Just give me a moment. Let me open the code. Yeah, hope yeah I have started sharing the coding part. So here in the JavaScript, I have imported the 3JS files, and here I am loading the 3D model. So here you can see this model cerebellum.glb is the one which we downloaded from the internet some time ago, and that 3D model I'm loading it to the scene. And this scale.set or rotation is what how much big or how small you want to see that model, and rotation is what type of rotate, how you want to rotate and see the model. So for example, instead of 222, I'll change it to 555. These three are x, y, and z axis. So x axis horizontal, y axis for vertical, and z axis for moving front and back. So that's why we are able to get a three-dimensional view of the particular object. So I have added the scale to 555, and now I am going back to my models, and then let me share the screen. See, now the size has enlarged after I increase the scale property in 3JS. And what if you want to add some more details? So now what we generally do is, if I add some more details, I don't directly add it in the code. I go to the generative AI tool, which we discussed earlier. There I just copy paste the coding part and I'll give the prompt. So I want to add rotation to the 3D model, or I want to add some more feature to the 3D model. Then it will give me that particular updated coding. So that coding I will add and make some tweaks to see the output. So this way we can use the generative AI tool for coding as well. So this is to display the 3D model. Now, though we are able to display the 3D model, this is not it is not having the background. So the background is fully black. So let's change the background and see. So for that, let me open one more page. Okay, let me open that page. Just give me a moment. This one. Okay. Let me open that local server again. Just give me a minute. So this is done completely using 3JS. Five one seven three. Okay. Yeah, the page is getting loaded now. Now we should get some background and some other 3D model uh, in the foreground. See, now this 3D model, we are able to, this page or the scene, we are able to get a background, some realistic background, and on top of that background, that 3D model is being hosted or residing. So this way also we can add more realistic features to the scene or the immersive scene which we have done. And we can also, as if I move this intensity, this lighting part also I can change. So these controls are part of the uh, GUI controls, debug GUI controls, where we can debug the tool or the scene in real time. So background, add the 3D model, and if it's animated 3D model, so that we can check it easily using this 3JS thing. And let me, if you want to check if the model, what are the different types of animation that model has, there is one more tool called GLTF Viewer. So this tool, gltfviewer.donmcardi.com, what it does is you have downloaded a 3D model. How that 3D model is going to look like before adding it to Model Viewer, before adding it to ATAL, or before adding to 3JS or any other metaverse platform, you can check this tool just by dragging and dropping the 3D model inside this GLTF viewer link. That will show how the 3D model looks and what are, if the model has animations, what are the different types of animation also available. Let me quickly show some, do a quick drag and drop of the model I have. So I have drag and drop the model which I have downloaded. So after drag and drop, you can see my model is loaded, and these are the uh, this is the model which I have downloaded, and these are the animations. If I click this animation on the right side, you'll able to see what are the different animations given. So there's jump, run, walk, and walk sent. So attack, idle state. So these are the different animations given for the particular model. What with this, why it is helpful for me, helpful is, once I have the download model, after the, without implementing it, I'll be able to see what are the, how the 3D model looks like in web, and also what are the animations available. With that, what are the particular, for example, I want only the jump animation or the run animation alone, that particular animation alone, I can add it to my coding in 3JS. So this way you can import the 3D model and add that. Before adding the 3D model, you can check it in this GLTF viewer. So I'll ping that URL in the chat to check the 3D model, how it looks, and if it has animation, what are the different animation it has. So tools, model viewer, 8th wall, 3JS. So if you know 3JS, you can go to React 3 Fiber. React 3 Fiber is an advanced version of 3JS where it is much more easier to implement all these metaverse or immersive experiences with the help of 3JS library. So I almost come to the end of my session. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them. Yeah, any questions?
So, dear professors, if you have any questions, kindly post it in the chat box.
Sir, I do have one question.
Yes, sir.
Sir, actually, there is a. I have read somewhere that there is a markerless and with a, that there is a markerless augmented reality is there,
Hmm.
and someone is the with the marker with
Yes.
marker.
Yes.
So if I paste the QR code on the wall,
Hmm.
and then I scan the wall with that QR code by
Hmm.
using my mobile.
Hmm.
So whatever the 3D model that is going to be attached with that QR code, can it will be displayed over there?
Yes, sir. It will be displayed over there. But if you are pasting it on the wall, you have to go for a wall-based augmented reality solutions. Sir. Uh,
Okay.
the normal ones, what we do is we just scan the ground. So we scan the
Yeah.
ground to view it. But if you are pasting that QR code on the wall-based augmented reality solution, so that is also available in the Google Model Viewer itself. So for the simple augmented reality solution, in Google Model Viewer
Okay.
itself, wall-based thing for showing the vertical augmented reality option. So whatever this basic things we do is horizontal thing where we just scan the ground to do it. That's the normal approach. If you want to go for a wall-based augmented reality solutions, we can do it. So that is also you can implement it easily using Google Model Viewer, and of course other tools are also you can do it.
Is it possible with 3GS?
Yeah, yeah, very much possible. Very much possible. Yeah, it's possible with
Okay.
3JS. 3JS is the basic is the base for everything, sir. So once you know 3JS
Okay.
and React 3 Fiber, you'll be able to easily work on all these ATAL or any other open source platform because it is mostly depend on JavaScript only. So once you know 3JS and React 3 Fiber, it will be easier for you to work on all the other web-based tools. So Unity and Unreal as C Sharp and Python, but for web-based thing, 3JS and React 3 Fiber will be very much helpful.
Okay, sir. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, sure, sir. I will share the presentation. Yeah.
Ma'am, Satyasudha ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. We'll wind up the session. And also the feedback link is posted in the chat box. So all of you kindly fill up the feedback link. That will be taken for the attendance. So use your registered email ID. Thank you.
Sir Vikram Gupta sir is asking how can we reach you in future if want some help?
Yeah, madam. I'll just sharing my email and contact number. I'll just share it in the chat.
Okay, sir. Any other questions, please?
Sir, will you share material?
Yeah, yes, madam. I'll share the presentations. Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, sir. It was a wonderful session.
Yeah, thank you, madam, and thank you very much again for the opportunity, and thanks for patiently listening. And if you want any more FTPs or student workshop, you can contact me. I have given my email ID and number, and even anything related to Metaverse, I'd be happy to help. And thanks again for the institution for giving me this wonderful opportunity to interact with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your
Thank you,
wonderful
sir.
session. And we had a lot of practical knowledge in AR, VR. I think that these two sessions were very useful for all the participants. And if you have any doubt, you can feel free to ask him. Sir
Yep.
is ready to help you. And thank you for your wonderful session, sir. We had a nice time with
Yeah,
you.
thank you. Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks all. Bye.
So, dear professors, the next section will be started at 7:30. So, all of you connect sharply at 7:30.